What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? Boy is back here again. I told you guys I'm going to get more consistent with these videos. I've been slacking. I've been having a lot of things going on in life. You know, a lot of you know who follow me that my dad is in a constant battle with cancer right now. So, you know, I didn't really have the time to do as many videos as I want, but I'm back. Things are getting better for me. I appreciate everybody's prayers for me. I appreciate everything that people have done for me. I'm back. I'm here to give y'all my opinion. You know, a lot of people have been requesting that I do my opinion. So today we're going to do the trade deadline. I know I'm a little late, but I'm going to give you my top 3 winners, you know, best trades of the deadline, my teams that, you know, 3 teams that lost at the deadline, and 3 underrated moves that are going to help teams that were, you know, under the radar, so a lot of people didn't like them. Kick back, and let's get this shit started.
Yeah. I gotta make it to heaven. I'm going through hell. Gotta make it to heaven. Gotta make it to heaven.
All right, everybody. So we're here today. It's Tuesday. We are here to talk about these trade deadlines. It's actually lucky that I didn't do it right away. So I got to check out how some of these trades are actually looking, you know, because some of the players have played for the teams already. Before I get started, I would, you know, if you follow me, you know, and support me, I would like y'all to support my 2 brothers. My boy, Jay Tomp, he has a channel called Uncle Sam's Reject. It's a very good channel. He has a lot of video games he does. He does NCAA basketball, NCAA football. He has the same sports stuff that I do. And it's very, very smart, very good dude, very entertaining channel. You know, I watch all of his videos, and it's very entertaining. So I would like y'all to go support him, you know, check his channel out. His name's Uncle Sam's Reject. And then I got my other brother, Isaac, you know, that's my big bro. He does a lot of fitness stuff for you guys trying to get yourself together, see how to do certain workouts and see how to do certain things. His channel is named the No Excuse Crew. Please go check that out for them. That'd be a big favor to me. Go support my brothers, man. I would definitely appreciate it. So let's get into this. So we've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen at the trade deadline. It was wild. The trade deadline was pretty much almost more important than the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was the same week of the trade deadline, and you were getting more NBA coverage than you were getting on the Super Bowl. So we're not even going to wait. We're going to get straight into it. I'm going to start off with my 3 losers. We're going to go from bad to good. You know, that's how I like ended my videos on a good note. So the first team that, you know, I think lost on it's really not no order of these best to worst. I'm just picking 3 teams that I think, you know, lost, won, and had underrated moves. So the first team is, to me, the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the New Orleans Pelicans, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, they still have Anthony Davis and they'll get trades in the offseason. You got to realize what was really offered to you, and you declined it. You were offered Lonzo Ball, a future star point guard. As much people as they bash Lonzo, he's a future star. The dude plays defense. He's a good pure point guard. Hey, he even has a little shooting problems. But, you know, what? So what, man? You know, the dude's a good point guard. Y'all just don't like him because of his father. You had Kyle Kuzma. Everybody's seeing what he's turned into. He might turn into a damn star. Brandon Ingram, he's in a little afloat, but, you know, he's got a good upside. You have, who else did they offer? They offer Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball, 2 first-round picks, and then we're even going to throw in there Zubac, and, you know, I know they took Rondo and Lance off the table, but you got to think, you're getting 4 young players with bright futures and 2 first-round picks, and you declined it because you wanted to play around with the Lakers and wanted everybody, you know, to feel, oh, we were just listening to the calls. We really weren't going to take anything. I think New Orleans lost at this deadline. They were listening to what other people were saying, and I heard Greg Popovich had to say so because he's cool with Alvin Gentry and cool with the New Orleans organization, and told them, you know, don't trade them to the Lakers. Make them work. Make them do this stuff. It seems like they wanted the Lakers to offer all this stuff. They were leaking, you know, the offers that they were getting just to mess up the Lakers' chemistry, and had no plans on trading him to the Lakers. And if you keep playing around like that, karma is a B. I don't want to curse on my channel because I don't want to get demonetized, but karma is a B, and you keep playing with that fire, man. Karma is very real, and you keep playing, you may get nothing for AD. Nothing. He might walk away for free. So I know they say, oh, in the summer he has a chance to trade them to Boston. Anthony Davis's father has already came out vocally and said he doesn't want his son going to Boston. And a lot of people may say, well, Anthony Davis is his own man. Hey, if you're a real man, your parents' word means something to you. And if your parents don't want you going to Boston, more than likely his dad said if he goes to Boston, he won't even come to the games. So, that's big right there. And more than likely, you're still going to send him to the Lakers, and you're not going to get nowhere near as much as what they offered you now because it's going to be in the off season. And you keep playing, he's going to buy his contract out, and he's going to walk. So that's why I feel the New Orleans lost. Next is obviously the Lakers. The Lakers lost because now Magic Johnson is stuck with players that he was willing to ship away for Anthony Davis. And I'm not saying that, he didn't have the right to do it. It's a superstar. Anthony Davis is a once-in-a-lifetime player. You're not going to really see a lot of big men with that skill level to play defense and offense the way he is. But you got to think, man, if you were going to do that, especially with everything leaking, you should have kept that private. You have these guys now that you have to deal with for the rest of the season who already felt they were unwanted, and then after the trade falls through, you want to have a talk with them saying, oh, we got to pick it up. We got to make this run for the playoffs, man. Them guys ain't going to believe in you. You ready to ship them off. And, certain vets, they might still play hard because they know the NBA is a business. But you got a lot of these young guys who were supposedly given the keys to L.A. by Magic, and now where's those keys at? Did you take them back? So that's why I think the Lakers lost. The Lakers were willing to, I think make the smart move to go get AD, but now you're stuck. You're stuck. The Pelicans played you. And it seemed like the Spurs had something to do with that too, because Popovich had a say so in it. And they played you. They made you mid-season jump off the boat and didn't give you no tube to save you, no life jacket. They just let you drown. And who knows? If the Lakers make the playoffs, I'd be shocked. But I really don't think, they're gonna do it. I think this might be the first year LeBron misses the playoffs because the West is tough. You got a disgruntled team. They don't play defense. They don't really seem gelling. They were gelling pretty well before this trade deadline. Before Brown got hurt, really, the Lakers looked dangerous. They just beat Golden State, blew their asses out. I'm sorry for the curse, but they blew them out. And it was crazy. He got injured, then he wanted to get AD, and now all the chemistry is dead, man. You could tell when you watch the Lakers. I mean, they played good against the Celtics, but that was more heroic efforts from LeBron and Rondo, so that's my thoughts on the Lakers and the Pelicans. And the last team I think lost the deadline is the Knicks. Now, a lot of people are saying the Knicks didn't lose because they had to trade Porzingis and stuff like that. But I just feel like, they lost this 2 years ago because you traded for Dennis Smith, DeAndre Jordan, and Wesley Matthews. You traded Porzingis and Tim Hardaway and Trey Burke. And it was a good trade. In the future, it helps the Knicks. But I just think they lost because you had a chance to draft Dennis Smith, and you drafted Nikita, who can't even get on the court anymore. And, DeAndre Jordan's going to be a free agent next year. You waived Wesley Matthews. What did you really get? I understand they're trying to tank to get Zion, but who's to say you're going to get him? Who's to say that the Knicks are going to get anybody? Everybody since Carmelo was there trying to get people are saying the Knicks, they got money, it's New York. There's been no big player in the last maybe 10 years besides Carmelo that wanted to go and play for the Knicks. You can't find one. They've had chances to get other people to come there, but nobody wants to play for the Knicks because of James Dolan. James Dolan is a terrible general manager. Nobody's going to want to come play for them. Nobody. I understand you got the mystique of the guard and that type of stuff, but do you really want to play for a disgruntled an organization that doesn't look like they know what the hell they're doing half the time? You literally traded away a superstar player for a player that you could have drafted. And the fact that you let Phil Jackson do that before he got fired even irritates me more because it seems like the Knicks just are allergic to success. And I don't understand it, but it's just been that way ever since I've been a child. I was born in 1989. Ever since I've been a child, the Knicks, besides that 1 year with Sprewell and them, just do a lot of stupid moves, man. And I don't get it. I don't get it at all, man. So, that's my my losers. We're going to move on. We're going to go to some positive stuff now. We have my best teams Well, best trades. Sorry, not teams. The best trades that I like. The three best trades I like from the deadline. The first thing I like is the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I have a group called NBA War Room. It's a very fun group. I love that group. I love the people in that group. We talk every day. It's just fun. And there was a guy in there. He was very hype about Elton Brand being picked up as a general manager. And a lot of people slandered him like, why are you happy about Elton Brand? What the hell has he done to be happy about a general manager? Well, looks like he was right, because Elton Brand has just done wonders since he's taken over this team. He got more players in there to help. When I seen that they didn't re-sign Corey Brewer, who played well for them, I knew something was up. Because Corey Brewer played very well for the Sixers for that 10-day contract. And when I seen that they didn't re-sign him, I said, he's about to go get somebody. He's going to go get somebody that's better than Corey Brewer. So Corey Brewer will be taking up a roster spot. And then what do you know? They pull the trade off. They get Tobias Harris and Boban. And another underrated trade that I like, and it's the Sixers. So that's why I'm going to say it for both. Traded Markelle Fultz, got a first-round pick, and Jonathan Simmons. I did not think they would get a first-round pick for Markelle Fultz. That's wonderful right there. You pretty much got your value back, because Markelle Fultz is not worth. He might not even be worth a high second-round pick right now. The way he is, he's all messed up, and it's sad because I like the kid in college, and for him to have this decline as big as it is, I'm just thoroughly shocked. You have Jonathan Simmons, who's also coming over, a perfect player for the Sixers off the bench. The Sixers starting lineup right now is very deadly. You got Ben Simmons, J.J. Redick, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, JoJo Embiid. You need a bench. You need to put together a bench. They got rid of Landry Shamet. That's a very good young player. I like him. If you're in my group, you will know that I was big on the Sixers draft of Landry Shamet. I've been said it was a second-round steal when they got him. But you need bench players. You got T.J. McConnell. You got a few other guys. Jonathan Simmons is a 3-and-D player. He plays defense, he can shoot the three, and he can get to the basket and dunk on you. I love the move for the Sixers. I love both of the moves. You got Tobias Harris, a floor stretcher. You got a solid backup for JoJo Embiid now, and a shot blocker. He can score. He's tall as hell. He's taller than Embiid. So, I love the moves for the Sixers. I think they won the trade. And honestly, the way that they're looking, we're going to see what happens tonight in Boston before I just jump off the bridge and say it. But they might have a strong chance to come out the East. I think the East, the way they're going and the way that they're, trending upward, the East might have to go through them. But we'll see what happens tonight versus Boston. No Kyrie. So, that's a whole nother dilemma. But we'll see what happens tonight. But I think the Sixers are one of the teams that did fantastic at the trade deadline. The next team I have, the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks pulled off a great move. It's not going to pay off this year, but going to get Porzingis, who's a future star. I love watching Porzingis play. And you got Luka already. Then you got that young talent, Tim Hardaway. Trey Burke revitalized his career. Dallas made a brilliant move going to get him. Brilliant. And Porzingis would love to stay there. You got Dirk there. It's proven that they love their overseas players. The players from overseas flourish on the Dallas team. And I love the move for them. I think Dallas will be one of those teams in the West that's going to compete for years. They need one more person. Sorry, allergies go a little crazy. But they need one more person. That's it. One more star to get them right. And it don't even need to be a big, sorry. Sorry, don't need to be the big man and shit like that. So, I don't know who they should get, but I would go after a wing player. Try to see if you can convince KD to come over there. Who knows? He played at Texas. He said he doesn't want to go home. Who knows? There's a lot of people you can go out there and get. Kawhi's going to be a free agent. What's the best way for him to get back at the Spurs? Go play in Dallas, where you become a division rival of the Spurs. You get a team like Luka, Kawhi, KP. It's a lot of options open, and Mark Cuban has been known to not be frivolous with his bank account. He will pay you. You feel me? So I think Dallas did a wonderful job at this. And then my last team is the Raptors. A lot of people, don't think this move matters a lot. Getting Marc Gasol was big for them, man. I know Valanciunas was having a good year, but you need guys that are proven to show up in the playoffs on the Raptors. You went and got Kawhi and Danny Green, 2 champions. Marc Gasol had a lot of playoff success with Memphis and showed up in those games. Half the time was the main reason they won those games. So, I think the move is brilliant, and they bring him off the bench, which is good. You got a versatile big man that can hit threes, get you in the post, and plays better defense than Valanciunas. I think it was a perfect move for the Raptors. I honestly think they should have did a package deal and got rid of Lowry too, because I don't believe in him in the playoffs. I would rather have Conley on my team than Lowry, but I understand why they kept Lowry. They had to keep one of those guys out of DeRozan and Lowry, or the whole fan base would get mad. But I love the trade for Marc Gasol. I think it's going to pay out for them. I think they had to do it watching what the Sixers are doing, because Serge Ibaka is a good defender, but he doesn't have enough body mass to guard Joel Embiid. You put Marc Gasol out there, he can guard Joel Embiid a little better than Serge Ibaka could. And you can put Serge Ibaka at the power forward anyway. He can play both. So I like the move. It keeps the Raptors versatile. It keeps them up on the up and up with the Sixers and the Bucks and the Celtics. That's where I think the top 4 in that conference are going to be. We'll go to 3 moves that I think were underrated, went under the radar, but were good moves. The first move is Wesley Matthews being picked up off the waivers by the Pacers. The Pacers were having an amazing year before, sadly, Victor Oladipo tore his Achilles. And that still hurts me, because I loved watching Victor Oladipo's progression as an NBA player, and I liked watching him in college. And he just was becoming real fun to watch, man, and had Indiana looking real and real dangerous. And, seeing that go down, and I mean, they're still going to make the playoffs, I think. They still have a lot of young guys. They still play hard, and they still give it their all. And going to get Wes Matthews was good, man. He's not Victor, but he can start. He plays defense. He can shoot threes. You may have to run your offense through your big men more, but he's a decent replacement. They had nothing there. They got rid of Lance, so you don't have any person to create stuff or shoot the threes. I like the pickup of Wesley Matthews. I think it's going to be a good, solid move for the Pacers. And, they may not even get to the second round, but I think they'll still make the playoffs with him in the lineup. Number 2, and this sucked that this happened, Harrison Barnes was traded mid-game to the Sacramento Kings. And it's crazy that they did that. There was reports saying he knew about it, that he was on trade and stuff, and they told him he couldn't play. But I was like, I don't believe that, man. I think they did him wrong, because even when, you see him on the bench and then some guy whispers in his ear and then he has that face like, really? You feel me? He knew he was traded at that point in the mid-game, because you see his face at the start of the game. He's joking, laughing with his guys, and then out the blue, mid-game you're traded. And then the Dallas Mavericks Instagram and Cuban had a nerve to shout him out. And I give all props to Harrison Barnes. He handled it like a true professional, didn't get over mad about it, gave Dallas shout outs and all that stuff. So shouts to Harrison Barnes for handling that like a true gentleman. But, I think the move going to him, to the Kings, was better for him. You got to look at the Kings team. The Kings team is trending upwards. You got a future star point guard in De'Aaron Fox. Buddy Hield is there. Y'all have already seen my video about how that trade went down with the Kings, and how pretty much the Kings got rid of DeMarcus Cousins, and pretty much New Orleans got nothing for it, because he's not even on the team anymore. But you can go back to my last video. You can watch that. Buddy Hield's there. You got Willie Cauley-Stein. You got Marvin Bagley. They got a lot of young talent. They needed a small forward who can step in, shoot the three, be, kind of already established. And I like Harrison Barnes in that lineup. They can make a serious push to make the playoffs. If you look at their starting lineup, De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Marvin Bagley, Willie Cauley-Stein. That's a solid lineup in the West, man. And they're playing good this year. They're an exciting team to watch. And a lot of I was a huge De'Aaron Fox fan in college. And I would like him more than Lonzo. And I even said the Lakers should take him, over Lonzo. And I bet you they regret that now. But, Kings, I like that move for them. And lastly, the third move I love is Iman Shumpert to the Rockets. And, with the Rockets, we all seen they're offensive juggernauts, but they didn't really recover on a defensive end ever since they let Trevor Ariza walk. They tried to bring Melo in there, and that's my favorite player, well, in the league right now, but, he's not in the league. So really my favorite player is Colin Sexton. But, Melo is one of my favorite players ever. And I thought it would work out in Houston. And obviously it didn't work. Melo still felt he should start. Houston said he shouldn't. I mean, I kind of agree with Houston that he shouldn't be starting. Melo needs to learn he's not the star guy anymore. You gotta fit into a team if you want to be on a roster. But, I think this is a good move. Iman Shumpert has increased his three-point percentage this year. He was having a decent year with the Kings. We all know he can play defense, still has athletic ability, is an NBA champion. I like the move for Houston. I like it. I love it, actually. I think he's going to work out just fine in Houston. I think they're going to make a nice playoff run. And I think, if Golden State has to run into them or, OKC, Golden State's going to get a run for their money. I still got Golden State coming out the West, but they don't want to see Houston because they know Houston's going to make them work, especially if Chris Paul is healthy and Clint Capella's coming back and they're still on this run. Houston's going to be dangerous at the end of the year. We just got to see if James Harden and Chris Paul can translate that into success in the playoffs. So that's it, guys. Those are my winners, losers, and my underrated moves. Hope you appreciate this video. I took a lot of time to think about this and do research. More videos will be on the way. I'm out. You guys have a blessed day.